IPMNation.com.
This is Dan
and Doug.
We're from Iron Chin. You're listening to Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPM Nation here at the studio as we are as we record the show, typically on Tuesday nights, but we're here on a Friday night this week. But if you are in the area on a Tuesday night, stop on by. We love to have a studio audience here at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia, New Hampshire. Please support your local businesses, and it's the holidays, so this is a good place to do your holiday shopping at this funky little gift shop and art gallery. And if you want to check it out online, thestudionh.com is the website. But come on down, say hi to Melissa. And, of course, we are sponsored by Central NH Events. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralnhevents.com. Tim Martin does a fantastic job and is a big part of what makes this show possible. And we have with us tonight, our guest this week is Iron Chin. How are you guys?
Doing real good.
Excellent.
Very good.
Please go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band.
I'm Dan. I play drums and vocals.
Okay.
I'm Doug. Do bass guitar and also vocals.
Okay. You guys both do lead vocals, or you trade off, or what?
Yeah, we trade off.
That's unusual, a drummer who sings. Not unheard of, but unusual.
Yeah, it was first for me, actually.
Really? Yeah?
Oh,
no kidding.
It was difficult to get it going, but
yeah,
lots of practice, and it's better every time.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm guessing one of the challenges is probably, drums are such a physical instrument because you're using all four limbs, and was it difficult to learn to be able to do that, play drums and sing at the same time and not run out of breath? And
yeah, basically that's the challenge, is being able to breathe, because the pace of our songs, they're pretty fast, pretty heavy, and I have all my air going out singing,
right?
Not getting any back in,
to
fuel the muscles that are playing the drums.
Right. Maybe that's why there aren't more singing drummers. Why you don't see it that much? It's just kind of difficult.
I guess, yeah.
Do you split the lead vocals, or does everybody in the band take turns?
It's divvied up pretty evenly.
No kidding. That's unusual.
Some songs favor one member a little more than the others, and vice versa. But it's pretty much a product of us all trying to find someone who can actually sing.
Very cool. Yeah. And who's not here with us? Because you guys are a four-piece. Who didn't make it?
We have two JPs in the band. One is Joel Pasquarello, and the other one is Joel Paul. They both play lead and rhythm.
Okay. Yep. So what, do they trade off on leads and stuff? And,
yep.
Yeah. Very cool. Just hearing this makes me want to see you guys live, because it sounds pretty intense. Well, why don't we play something? You guys brought a disc, Live Free or Die with Your Boots On. 7 tracks on this. So what do you guys want to play to start the show?
Daily Aftermath.
Daily Aftermath. All right. Very good. So this is Daily Aftermath from Iron Chin here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
Still I never turn
Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. This is Matt from IPM Nation here at the studio. And we are here with, we have the rhythm section and two of the singers from Iron Chin here with us tonight. And so let's learn about the band a little bit. How long have you guys been around?
It's started,
Just
the second half of 2012.
Okay, so it's relatively new.
Yeah.
And by the way, how did you meet? Because Tim Boucher, or Scrimmy as he's also known, sent you guys, and he always want to give him a shout out because he always sends me really good guests. How did you guys meet Tim?
Tim has played a huge role in me meeting almost everyone I've played music with in my life, including one of the guitarists who's not here right now, Joel Pascarillo. We were in separate bands. This is, early 2000s, and our bands got a gig together, and we hit it off, and just been kind of pecking away at this ever since, looking for the right combination, and I think we have it now.
Yeah.
I met him through music, both those guys.
Yeah.
At the same time on the same night.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you guys played the Shaskeen, because Tim books there a lot, obviously.
Our first show was at the Shaskeen.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. And you were in the Bruisers.
Yes, I was. Played drums in the Bruisers.
I saw that in the bio there, yeah. How long did you do that?
From 89 to about 97.
Oh, wow. So that was a few years. That was a good run, yeah. Now, between that and this project, did you play in some other bands? Or
I did not. I was relatively not into anything musical, aside from two Bruisers reunion shows.
Yeah.
In 2005 and 2012.
No kidding, yeah. So what did you just, were you kind of burnt out on it? Or?
At first I was, and then, just stuff happens.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to leave the Bruisers. It was a tough decision, but
no kidding.
And so, just didn't really feel comfortable playing with anybody for I guess 14 years.
No kidding. Wow. Yeah. So to get back into it, was that a hard decision? Did you need some cajoling, or because it seems like when I talk to people who've stepped away from it for a long time. They tend to express that there was some anxiety as far as, jumping back in. I mean, did you need a push, or were you hungry for it, or?
I missed it. I missed performing and playing out in front of audiences. It's, the whole dynamic of being in a band. You got to have the right people, the right combination, and I was probably a little anxious on, just throwing my name out there and going to play with somebody off of Craigslist,
Right.
So we got Doug helping us out practicing for the Bruisers reunion because the bass player was living in Texas.
Yeah.
And that's how this kind of happened.
No kidding. Okay. Yeah. So now what about the other two guys? How did they end up in the band? Were they also in any way associated with the Bruisers, or?
Not really. We the rhythm player for the Bruisers, Scotty Vieira, it was his idea to keep it going with myself, Doug, and him. And then he had a kid, and he was fine. He didn't have the time. So we asked Joel Pascarillo, who's a friend of Doug. Doug's like, I know this guy. He's good.
Yeah.
We should try him out, and we did, and he was fit right in.
Yeah, excellent. Now, have you been in other projects prior to this, Doug, I assume?
Yeah, growing up in the White Mountains, it kind of like you're pretty much born into a heavy metal atmosphere. You kind of tend to, kids up there tend to bypass the punk thing, and realizing later the roots that they missed out on, which is kind of where I'm at now.
Yeah,
enjoying going back into the things that created the music I grew up liking. I'm really enjoying. I feel real fortunate, to have this opportunity with these guys.
Did you get involved in playing in bands when you were still up there, or was it a matter of moving?
I got involved up there. You pretty much didn't have a choice, you know. I mean, it was, you know, I never tried to start a band, but it was always someone to either hand you an instrument because the other guy was too pilled out to do it. And says tonight, you know, say tonight it's your job. I'm like, all right, well, I'll make the best of it, and you know, away we went.
That's kind of cool, though. That you know, that there's an environment there that fosters some creativity, where you almost get pushed into being creative musically or doing something involving music.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool, actually.
You all get kind of funneled into it one way or another, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So did you move down further south to be able to be more involved in other bands, or was it just kind of...
The move to the south was for, you know, work opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, somebody who I was involved with. But that created this, you know, me meeting Danny.
Right.
So it had a lot to do with where we are.
Right. Absolutely. Is this the first band that you've been in down here, or?
No, I did some stuff with you know, some good friends, mostly just jamming in the garage. You know, some cover stuff in the bars. You know, make a few bucks, just getting out and playing was.
You
know, better than not doing anything. You know? So even if you're, you know, covering Billy Idol, it's better than sitting home listening to Billy Idol.
Yeah, no doubt. Where does the name come from, Iron Chin? It's a badass name.
It is a Bruisers song.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, and the story behind that is it was given to the Bruisers by Agnostic Front. Vinny Stigma and Roger Moret.
Yeah.
Wrote it, but they never put it out, and they wanted us to do it. So
that's
they
cool.
gave it to us, and
that's very cool. Huh.
Yeah, we haven't played it yet, though.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, that's awesome. Does any of the Bruisers material make it into your live set with this band, or?
Yeah. Us being relatively, you know, new. And getting things together with our own material, that we throw a few covers in there.
Sure.
Just because Doug and I have been practicing them for 2.5 years now. So
yeah, well, it makes sense too, because I'm sure there's some people who come to your shows who are expecting to hear something from the Bruisers as well. You know, I mean, I would.
Yeah,
think.
They usually go over pretty good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
A lot of crossover.
Yeah. No, nothing wrong with that. You know,
no,
nothing wrong with that at all. That's very cool. And the disc that you brought tonight, Live Free or Die with Your Boots On. I almost had to look at the title, and I was like, no, I think I remember now. Where did you record that?
That was done in Portsmouth over this past summer here.
Yeah.
That Wild Arctic recording studio run by Dean Bartolonis. Sorry, Dean, if I pronounced that wrong. But damn Greeks.
Yeah.
But no, he did an amazing job. You know, like every step that we took with that guy was just encouraging the whole way through.
Yeah.
So we can't thank his effort enough. You know, it's he's no stranger to the business. He's done stuff with I think like Madball and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Madball, Agnostic, Forced Reality.
He's been around the block, so
yeah.
And he's an old hardcore guy. He played guitar in Wrecking Crew.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Among others, but that's the best known Boston thing he did.
Yeah. Has that studio been there a long time? Because I'm not familiar with that. Of course, I hear of there's a million studios around, and I hear.
No, I think he's only been there a year or two.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He was in New York City, and he moved up to New Hampshire.
Okay, because he's
ago.
Obviously a pretty noteworthy guy, but I hadn't heard of that particular studio, so that makes sense. Okay, good to give him a plug then.
Yeah, great guy, good. And puts out a hell of a product.
Did he produce it, or was he more just of an engineer? Because I know sometimes too, engineers, they start out as engineers, but then during the process they kind of end up producing as well. You know, it can be a thin line.
Yeah, I mean, we never came up and just asked him, will you produce this? I mean, if he had an idea, we encouraged him to throw it out at us. And, more times than not, they were great ideas.
Yeah, that's good.
But he mixed and mastered it.
Very cool. Good.
Which is something he doesn't normally do. He usually, encourages the band to send out for master. But we, had some faith in him and wanted to give him a shot. So
yeah, very cool. Yeah, no, he did a great job. Well, why don't we play another track from the disc? What do you guys want to play?
Well, I don't know. It's New Hampshire, so how about something radio friendly for the buzzards out there?
There's a word I haven't heard in a while. Buzzards. That's awesome.
Live free or die.
Live free or die.
All right, Live Free or Die from Iron Chin here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. All right, Local Outbreak on IPM Nation, and we are here with Doug and Dan from, of course, Iron Chin, representing the band tonight. And are you guys, in terms of this project, are you guys playing out a lot, or what are you doing? Are you getting out and touring, or?
Yeah, I mean, touring would be great. It's a little soon for that, given the amount of material we have, or the amount of material we don't have. But we're going to fix that real soon. In the meanwhile, we're just trying to tear up the local area.
Yeah.
I mean, we just put the CD out what's it? How long have we had it? Maybe a month.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is really new. Yeah.
It's really new. Yeah. So we, now that it's out there, we're going to support it more.
Now, is this the first time we'll be hearing these tunes on the radio?
More than likely, I would say so.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a world premiere.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I like the sound of that.
Awesome. No, very cool. So right now you're kind of sticking to New Hampshire, but is the long-term plan to get out and tour the country or the region, or?
Yeah, I mean, we get some buddy bands that we made, along the way already. Some are from Texas, and we like to, recognize them, the standalones.
Yeah.
A bunch of great guys fully support us, as we do them. And they got a great thing going on down there, and we'd like to go check it out and maybe, play our way down and back would be ideal.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, you guys are pretty experienced in the scene. I mean, I'm sure you got a lot of connections all over the place, so that's good. You can definitely use that to your advantage. And as far as what you have for material, I assume you have more tunes that aren't on the disc, or tunes that you're working on, or.
Yeah, we have quite a few, probably.
Really? Yeah.
There's at least 4 on the burner. Yeah.
At least 4 or 5.
That
need work.
Yeah.
But they're there.
Yeah.
Bare bones.
Yeah. And why'd you decide to do a 7-song disc? Because some bands they'll do an album. Some only want to do EPs because they think that's, some bands kind of take the approach that you have to, not give people too much at once, because in this short attention span era that we live in, you're better off just putting out a little bit of material at a time. I mean, what went into your decision to do a 7-song disc?
It could be a bunch of things. One of them off the top of my head is, these songs are written from an era when we were kind of, 3-piece, and we were acquiring, Joel Paul, the 4th guitarist.
Yeah.
Who was working for the state at the time, right?
Yeah, he was working at, what's he call it? Brentwood?
Yeah, Brentwood Farm or something like that.
Farm, yeah.
Anyway, so, since we acquired him, the songs took on a whole new dynamic, and it's definitely going to sound a little different, better in my opinion, moving forward. We just want to kind of isolate this, get it out there as soon as possible, and start doing damage.
Yeah, yeah.
We needed people to hear it, basically.
Right. Yeah.
We wanted to record it and get it out there because people come to your shows, and if they know the songs, it's that much more fun.
Definitely.
Singing along and jumping around.
Oh yeah.
And not to say he didn't have, much to do with this. He had a great deal to do with it. Some of these songs I, wouldn't have even wanted on, a recording until, we heard his take on it. It really kind of livened it up.
Yeah.
He's
He's an ideas man.
About producing the CD, and he's got an ear like he just hears stuff. He's pretty phenomenal. I don't really know anybody with quite, the sense for sound he has.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
it's nice to have. I didn't even know till we're in the studio, and he's like, I think I heard this or I heard that, and it's like they play it back. Yeah, you did hear that.
Oh, nice.
So we could fix stuff, and
yeah,
it was fun.
Before he came into the band as a 3-piece, did you guys ever play out or anything, or did you consider it just doing the power trio thing, or was it always a goal to get that 4th person?
I think Danny and I were ready to, hit the streets regardless. We always knew 4 would be, better for what we do, but we weren't going to let that be a limiting factor, and we weren't going to deem it a basement band just because we didn't have that 4th guy. We were going to, go out swinging either way, And it did start with Scotty V, as the original. He's a former bruiser.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with him. But like Dan said, life got busy for him.
Yeah, yeah.
And one way or another, this was going to get out.
Yeah, yeah. Very cool. Do you guys do you have any live performances or anything up online? Or I know some bands put up YouTube videos of their live shows. Of course, unfortunately, if it's a YouTube video, the sound is usually terrible.
Yeah, that's the case here too.
Is it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff floating around out there. Nothing that we really, push and use as, a first impression tool or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah. Are you guys doing anything with radio, or I mean, you're doing this obviously, but have you been sending any tracks out to radio stations yet, or anything like that? Or
Joel Pasquarello is really good at reaching out to across the pond to the other European stuff like that, and it's mostly for reviews. I don't know if we're getting any playtime out there, but they're definitely doing reviews, and they seem to be liking what they're hearing.
Yeah,
and I like what they're saying. So.
Well, when I Google you guys, I mean, some stuff came up, and you do seem to have some press and some media going, so that's really good.
Yep.
That's because not everyone. Certainly, a lot of the people, not to knock anybody, but a lot of the people that I have on the show don't understand that aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Right. The networking is, critical in this stage, and he's definitely got a gift for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, you've been doing work too, trying to get people interested in it. I'm pushing to have "Live Free or Die" the new state song.
Oh, there you go.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Is there some kind of petition out there or something? People
Not yet.
As of now, there is.
Is there? Yeah.
Yeah, you just started one.
Oh, there we go. There's got to be some. I wonder because like the White House, they have on whitehouse.gov, I think it is. They have petitions people can put up. I wonder if there's something like that exists on the state level.
Could be, probably.
Yeah. I got a lot of friends in the state legislature. I'll have to look into that for you guys because I think that would be good. Like that. Is there a state song? Is there an official state song?
There is. It's really old. 1800s, I think.
Yeah. Well, then we need a new one. It's time.
I think so.
I'm going to push for that. Okay. All right. Very cool. Well, why don't we play another track from the disc? What do you guys want to play?
Survivor.
All right. Very good. So this is Survivor from Iron Chin here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation. Local Outbreak on IPM Nation, and we are here with Dan and Doug from Iron Chin tonight here at the studio at 50 Canal Street in downtown Laconia. And I do want to remind everybody, of course, that we do record the show here typically on Tuesday nights, so come on down between 6 and 7. And, of course, we are sponsored by Central NH Events. Go to centralnhevents.com if you need a DJ for your shindig, your hootenanny, whatever it may be. And, of course, we do archive all the shows online at ipmnation.com/local outbreak. And where do we find you guys online for people who want to keep up on what you're doing and where to see you play and all that stuff?
Right now, we just have a Facebook page. There'll be a .net soon. But if you Google Iron Chin Band, or even just Iron Chin, it'll be within the top 3 links.
Yeah. You guys are very visible that way. You're easy to find because, like I said, I was Googling you earlier, and it was really easy to find you. So I'm surprised that somebody didn't already have the name Iron Chin. It's a badass name. You'd almost think someone else would have already had it. So you guys are fortunate.
Like a no-brainer. It is hard to believe.
I thought we should move forward with it before somebody else did.
Yeah, totally.
It's like some 13-year-old emo kids from California. That would have upset me.
Yeah. Right.
Bunch of cutters with your name. And also to touch on that other question, we can be found on Bandcamp, so ironchin.bandcamp.com.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you guys have anything coming up that you want to mention? Any big shows or?
Definitely. We have this EP release. The CD you're playing. The official release show is at incredible venue called the Stone Church in Newmarket.
It's
great
kind of place.
A new leaf for them because they kind of got away from the rock scene for a while. So we're really lucky to usher in this era of rock and roll at that place, and kind of bring back the old scissor fight days that they used to have.
There you go.
And, it's going to be a great time. We get some great guest bands playing with us, Guns of Brighton and To the Gallows. It's just going to be a great night, and you can find tickets for that on our Facebook page.
Very cool. And what's the date on that?
That is January 16th. It's a Friday.
January 16th. All right. Very cool. Very cool. So is that the next big show for you guys, or do you have anything coming up in Manch or anything?
That's the one.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
Limited capacity in there, so you're best off ordering tickets in advance.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. No, it's a great room. What about the CD? Is that available online already, or is that in the process of coming out, or where can people get the disc?
It's on the Bandcamp. You can either order a hard copy, and you can pay a little extra and get what we call the Road Rash patch. It's like a highway patch.
Oh, cool.
Or you can just get a digital download.
Yeah. But I always encourage people, and you guys probably do too, get the CD if you can, because a lot of people don't realize that with digital, I mean it'll still sound phenomenal certainly, but you do lose a little something. CDs always sound a little better than an MP3. Of course, vinyl sounds better than anything.
And it's an actual tangible object that you'll have.
Exactly.
It's not just up on the wires.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's some pretty good artwork on it, and
I was going to say I dig the cover art.
The insert and stuff. Doug's buddy Kyle. Put that together for us.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Former guitarist of a band I played with, in Berlin growing up. He's an incredible artist.
Oh, cool.
He took the concepts we had and created that in moments.
Does he do artwork for other bands, or did he do this for you specifically?
He's kind of exclusively ours.
Oh, cool.
He works in that trade, but not so much in that way.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, it's some badass artwork. I dig it. Definitely. I like what it says here, too. Any unlawful duplication of this disc for sales unauthorized by Iron Chin may result in unfavorable consequences. That's even better than the FBI warning you see at the beginning of a movie. That's good.
It seems to be more effective.
There you go. Well, guys, this has been really great. I'm glad you were able to come in tonight. This has been very cool. And what do you want to play to wrap up the show?
Well, thanks for inviting us.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
It was we appreciate it.
Yeah,
a lot.
No problem at all.
I guess we're gonna go out with Slideways.
Okay.
In a blaze of glory and flames and smoke.
Last song on the CD, but first song that Iron Chin ever wrote.
Okay.
Yeah, driving angry and not having it end well.
I can't wait to hear it. All right, good. So this is Slideways from Iron Chin here on Local Outbreak on IPM Nation.
'cause it goes like hell. How'd I ever find myself in the hands of fate? Pushed too high, but I'm caught up and now I'm running late. Put the past behind a cloud of smoke, for gears on my mind. Looking for wrongs to make me right, what am I gonna find? IPMNation.com.